We went from one of the best, arguably the best adaptation, to a pretty solid one, and then to... So Five Nights at Freddy's is a new film adaptation based on the very popular video game franchise of the same name, which we follow Mike Schmidt, portrayed by Josh Hutcherson, who takes a job as a night shift security guard at a local rundown pizzeria called Fazbear's Pizza, and he soon discovers that this new shift, this new job, won't be so easy. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Excellent!
Here's what I can say about the redemptive qualities about this movie. The animatronics for this movie actually looked really good. Seeing Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, who always scared me in the games, seeing those animatronics looked really cool. There is one scene in particular that, while it doesn't take place at nighttime, it takes place during the daytime. If you cut out everything else, and I mean everything else, minus this one scene, it could be a pretty fun and solid Five Nights at Freddy's short film.
Well, that's just fucking great!
I just realized that what I'm about to say just might make hardcore Five Nights at Freddy fans jump down my throat. I'm ready for the attacks in the comment section, but I have to be honest with you all. I'm actually a fan of the games. Yes, I'm a fan of the games. I have played the first 4 games, I have played Security Breach, but the first 3 games are the games that I do enjoy the most. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 legitimately being one of my favorite horror games of all time. When I had heard that they were going to be adapting Five Nights at Freddy's, I immediately thought, why? I always thought that Five Nights at Freddy's would work best as probably like a 20-30 minute short film. Easily as a short film. But as a feature-length movie over 90 minutes, I was very skeptical, as you all can imagine. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's did not work for me. While the performances are decent, do not get me wrong, otherwise when it comes down to the actual characters themselves, I didn't really care about any of the characters. Josh Hutcherson, do not get me wrong, gives a decent performance as Mike Schmidt, but in terms of an actual character, I actually thought that Mike Schmidt was kind of a dick in this movie, especially when it comes to this brother-sister arc involving the child custody thing, to which at a certain point, legitimately felt like it was just really not going anywhere, like legitimately anywhere. There was a specific point in the movie where Josh Hutcherson is dealing with the store clerk. He takes what is his medication, the store clerk says, "What an asshole." And no joke, guys, I immediately thought, took the words right out of my mouth. There's a specific thing that Mike Schmidt's trying to do in this movie, and personally, made no sense, at least in my eyes. Also, Matthew Lillard's in this movie, and he's in it. Also, the actress who plays Vanessa, I thought she was decent. The plot synopsis from IMDb says that a troubled security guard, Mike Schmidt, takes a job at Fazbear's Pizza, and he discovers that the shift won't be so easy. Nothing about that, by the way, describes a child custody battle. It's there as a way to give some sort of attachment to Mike Schmidt's character and the sister, but again, couldn't really care less. There's also something else that, besides the child custody thing, that this movie tries to do in terms of dream sequences. When you see what Mike Schmidt wants to do in this movie, not only does it make really no sense whatsoever, legitimately will do nothing for him. To say that the plot of this movie is an absolute mess and incoherent is kind of an understatement. Not only do parts of the plot make no sense, but when it came to the actual main story of this movie, the main story adds really nothing to this movie. If you guys have played the Five Nights at Freddy's games, you will all know that the games actually have such really cool lore. I mean, the lore of the universe is really cool and has some really dark stuff in it. But once again, what we have here instead is a jumbled mess that by the end of it just feels largely not only inconsequential, but certain things that just do not really matter whatsoever. There is a bit in the story near the end of the film that is so cliched that once the spit was revealed, I was literally thinking in my head, that was about as cliche it could have possibly have gotten right there. But the movie, at times, is so uninteresting to the point where, my god, I was so bored. Now, I will say that there wasn't a time where I almost dozed off, but there was a certain point where I was just going like, okay guys, just get to something interesting here. Just get to something at least scary. At least give me a jump scare so I can at least get my heart rate going. The games themselves are actually pretty terrifying. They're full of tension. And there are times where, my god, when I played, especially the second game, I was scared shitless. However, is the movie scary? Nope. At least 1 or 2 good jump scares. But unfortunately, this movie doesn't really have any good jump scares.
And here we go.
So overall, while I think that hardcore fans will find a lot about this movie, unfortunately, I found Five Nights at Freddy's to be dull, uninteresting, cliche, kind of boring at times, but worst of all, not scary. All in all, I'm gonna give Five Nights at Freddy's a 0.75 out of 5. This movie just did not work for me, and it hurts me to say that because I am a fan of these games, and this IP definitely deserved so much better. So comment down below and let me know. Have you guys seen Five Nights at Freddy's? What did you all think of it? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed my review of Five Nights at Freddy's. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click the right there or right there. And of course, if my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.